up, ladies and gentlemen? Today we're in a 2005 Civic Si EP3. The EP3 is kind of a bastard child in the Civic world. So much so that they tried to sell this car and somebody thought it was a van. I love the Odyssey badge in the back. It adds a lot of character to it, and it kind of goes with the theme of the car. The car was actually built in the United Kingdom, but the motor was built in Japan. It originally came with a K20A3, which was kind of shunned in the United States because it wasn't the performance kind of VTEC K20. Instead, it was the more economy-based K20. So they didn't sell very well here, and they were kind of shunned because of that. I mean, in my community where I used to live, there was only 2 of them, and you rarely saw them. They're usually a silver color, and they just blended in with the crowd, compared to the FA5, the FG2, any of those kind of Civics of the same generation. On the other hand, it's got a really interesting interior. If you ever been in a car called the Honda Element, it has the freaking shifter in the dash rather than down here, and the EP3 has the exact same thing. So instead of like reaching down here for the shifter, you're reaching up here, which is a little hard to get used to at first. Another thing too is that it has a 6-puck sprung clutch. So you think it's gonna be very aggressive at first and it seems kind of intimidating, but it's actually very dailyable because K-Series especially, I've noticed, in the RSX I drove, the FA5 I drove, all of them catch very low compared to domestic cars or other Japanese cars. But this belongs to my buddy Chris, and he has completely redone like a ton of things in this car. The transmission was a 5-speed, now it's a 6-speed. So now when he cruises on the highway, he has a gear, he gets good gas mileage and everything else. But the other good thing about it is the gear ratio, because this thing's boosted. So this makes about 380 wheel horsepower. It does have a limited slip differential in it, which is very important. If you remember the last K-Series I drove that was turboed, it didn't have a differential in it, and I was all over the road. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna get the same kind of torque steer, and it's gonna follow the road with the rivets because it's front wheel drive. It's just part of the beast. It's very linear, it's very smooth, and hasn't missed or anything yet, so that's good. Another thing about the EP3 too is, speaking of the whole minivan look it has, the visibility is awesome. You can see quite literally everything. It's just a big glass bubble. In a lot of the new modern Civics, they feel very big and bloated in comparison, even if their weight difference isn't that much. But compared to the newer Civics, this thing feels much more nimble, even if it does look a little awkward compared to the EK hatches, EG hatches, all those. The blow-off valve in this is Turbo XS, and it makes a really nice little chirping noise, and just makes me want to go in and out of boost like crazy. So I guess that entire good gas miles thing is going down the toilet as I do that. Another thing too about the EP3 is that you don't see many of them with color. I like how this one has a lot of blue and the different gray wheels and everything else, compares and contrasts to each other. A lot of the times they just see them in silver, and that makes them even less special to me in my opinion. So to have the car that's kind of the ugly duckling of the bunch to many people, I don't think it's that bad. A lot of people don't like it as much. However, this also does not have the stock engine in it. After the first one blew, Chris was going down the track, still ran a decent time, but then the motor just completely died on him. Instead of the normal stuff, it has TSX internals instead, and along with that it has the Civic Si head on it. So it's this weird kind of Frankenstein system. Everybody loves the Frankenstein system in Hondas. You can swap out just about anything. Has a different compression than most other Honda motors too. So that's why a lot of people shy away from this motor setup. But it ends up being a practically all OEM setup, and it can handle the boost, which is incredible. Most of the time you have to go eagle rods, eagle pistons, all that kind of stuff. But the only thing that's not OEM really in the motor is the ARP head studs. So the car is running about 13 to 14 pounds of boost, and with that you get the 380 wheel horsepower, and you also get the 300 foot-pounds of torque. And that is solid in a Honda. He's also running Kumo tires, which is also a pretty decent tire and it hooks up pretty well. So we'll see how that goes. The exhaust on this is basically a downpipe and a flex pipe. And other than that, it doesn't drone at all. A lot of boosted Hondas I drive will be like open downpipe or open up pipe out of the hood, and you're going down the road and it's a miserable experience. You know it's a fast car and you deal with it because it's a fast car, but when you have 2 subwoofers in your ear the entire time and they like put you to sleep like a baby, it's not the case in this car. It's very quiet, it's very smooth, and you could totally drive this every day, and I 100% mean that. So I'm just gonna add that with that, out of all the Hondas I've driven that are boosted, this is easily the most civilized. It's easily the most disciplined. The motor hits boost right at 3,800 RPM, so it spools up pretty quickly. But when you're under boost, it feels like a stock EP3. And what's better than that? You want best of both worlds. It found some rivets in the road and decided to go that way. Definitely gets swirly up top. I was going a little bit downhill too, so that did not help. All right, one more. Whoa, yep, yank me to the right. You can never ever predict it sometimes, guys, even if you have a limited slip differential. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a little bit of like, hate to say it, that's a little bit of like fun fear factor. But yeah, you just have to be ready. Respect the power to the front wheels. That's all I gotta say. So for suspension, he's running Megan coilovers, and he's also running strut bars as well. So when you do go around bends, not into boost, it handles pretty darn good. You feel the nose go exactly where you want it to go. Plus the coilovers give it a really nice low stance. All right, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video review. I had a fantastic time driving Chris's EP3. Huge shout out to Chris for letting me drive his baby. It really means a lot. And I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a fantastic day.